can't get volume from him. We can't get volume from him. So Dirk's not coming from him.
Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. Highliners leading it in this first set by a score of 15-11. As Highliners looking to avenge last week's tough loss right here against Cheyenne. Hatcher on the serve, sends it across. Dug out there by Stango, going for the kill. Getting the kill is Jessica Talley, and it's 15-12 Highliner lead. So Highliners lead, cut to 3. As it's now the Knights will serve it. Knights going left to right on your radio dial. Back to serve it is Carly Anderson. Anderson dug out there by Faith Peterson. Dylan Deagle just tips one across the net, but Anderson's there once again to keep it alive. Caitlin Gay sends it over, but Quilling is right there to go for the kill, getting the point for the Highliners as they're now in the lead 16-12 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. So back to serve it is Abby Thornton on the serve, and now dug out there by Anderson and kept alive for the time being, but getting the kill is Mackenzie Norland. And it's another point, 16-13, as the Knights continue to hang into this game. So 16-13 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. As now on the serve, sending it back over is Riley Watson. And then Peyton Peterson goes for the kill, but Watson a great job to dive and to keep it alive. Deagle sets it up. Jaden Nelson tries to drop one in. Peterson once again keeps it alive. Nelson, excuse me. And then Peyton Peterson goes for the kill. She's going to get it as that one's deflected way out of play by Caitlin Gase. Another point for the Highliners, 17-13. Highliners lead it. Here's Jada Nelson, the left-handed server. That one's kept alive and bumped in the air. Sending it back over is Carly Anderson. Abby Thornton's there for Dylan Deagle in front. As going for the kill and getting the kill is Peyton Peterson. 5-point lead restored for the Highliners as they now lead at 18-13 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard here in this first set. Nelson will continue to serve it. Number 1 runs, jumps, tries to drop one in, and she will. Nice effort by Riley Watson, the senior. Tried to dive to keep it alive, but that was a perfectly pinpoint serve by Nelson. Knew exactly where she wanted to go, knew how hard to hit it, and that one just dropped in. 19-13 Highliner lead. Nelson on the serve, dug out there by Watson, and going for the kill, but it's kept alive by Valley City. Here's Faith Peterson on the kill. She'll get it, as that one's going to handcuff Riley Watson and just drop in. So it's 20-13. Highliners lead it here at the Highliner Activity Center on this Monday night, the 18th of October. Nelson on the serve. She tries to drop one in. Kill for the time being by Gase, and then going for the kill. And not getting it was Grand Forks. Now Faith Peterson goes for the kill, but it's kept alive there by Hodgson. And then nice job by Peyton Peterson on the rejection. Point for the Highliners as they're now up by 8 here in this first set. It's 21-13 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. As after we were tied at 11, Valley City took a big timeout and really has taken over this first set. That one's dug out there by Gase on the Valley City serve. Going for the kill was Hodgson, but it's kept alive. Deagle for Faith Peterson, deflected once, deflected twice, and then right there was Peyton Peterson to tip it over the netting. 22-13 Highliners enjoying the lead here in this first set. As the student section starting to make some noise here. Jada Nelson on the serve, kept alive by Gase, set up by Anderson, and then bumped back across over the net was Norland. Deagle goes for the kill, but she hit it too strong, not a play. Point for the Knights. 8-point lead for Valley City on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. 22-14, they lead it here in matchup number 1 tonight. Highliners 7-10 on the year, the Knights 13. Nelson keeps it alive on the serve. Faith Peterson goes for the kill. She's going to get it. Highliners back in front by 9, 23-14. They lead it here at the Hack. Byerly steps back in. Faith Peterson just got the point for the Highliners. Will step out. Number 3, the senior on the serve for the Highliners. Swats it over the net. Dug out by number 3 of Grand Forks. Kept alive by Anderson. And it's going to be a point for Valley City. Double touch. Match point coming up for the Highliners. So Byerly bounces the ball, ready to serve it up. She does. Dug out there by Hodgson. Anderson, Hodgson into the netting. Highliners take the first set by a score of 25-14. So Highliners get the first win here this evening, just like they did Thursday night. They want to try to build off it. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, second set live right here on K.
Brothers 3.
Just won the first set 25-14, and here we go underway for set number 2 as Byerly will serve it up back over to the Valley City side. Deagle for Peyton Peterson, just like that she gets the kill. 1-0 Valley City on the LaRue Lockout Financial Scoreboard. Anthony Verasa with you on the call of tonight's match right here live on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC. OVC turns 85 years of age tomorrow. Come on to the radio station for a special day of programming and an open house. Byerly on the serve, going for the kill, rejected in front by Peyton Peterson, and then Peterson just swats it back across. Grand Forks sends it back over to the netting. Peyton Peterson's there for Dylan Deagle, and then Hatcher goes for the kill, but it's kept alive for the time being by Caitlin Gates. And then that one's dug out by Peterson. Thornton for Samantha Hatcher, who just tries to drop one in, but Lily Hodgson is there. Deagle bumps it in the air. Here's Hatcher on the kill, and it's going to be point for the Highliners. They're up by 2 on the LaRue Lockout Financial Scoreboard here in this second set on this Monday night, the 18th of October. So the student section is back here this evening, as they've been chanting so far a lot this evening. They've got a lot to cheer for as the Knights volley it around up to the serve, and going for the kill, getting it. That's number 14, Lily Hodgson, the senior. And the Valley City lead is cut in half. It's now 2-1 here in set number 2. Be back right here tomorrow night for Highliner Volleyball. They're taking on West Fargo, 7 p.m. right here on the Valley KOVC. So serving it up is Madeline Stangl, lefty number 16 for the Knights. Bumped back across, trying to drop that one in was Samantha Hatcher, but it's kept alive and then sent back over to the Valley City side. Peyton Peterson on the kill, kept alive by Stangl, and then sent back over to Deagle. For Hatcher, back over to Deagle, goes to the kill, deflected once, deflected twice, and it's going to fall in. Point for the Highliners, back up by 2 on the LaRue Lockout Financial Scoreboard. It's 3-1, Valley City lead. Said it in the pregame show, if you're the Highliners, you want to come in here and get the win as fast as possible to really erase the memory of last Thursday night's debacle. Up 2 sets to nothing, only to blow and lose the entire matchup. Peyton Peterson on the serve. And getting the point on the kill for the Knights. That's number 10, Jasmine Thomas, the junior. 1 point lead for Valley City once again. Now it's 3-2. dropping in, but it's kept alive. It's sent back over by Thomas. Here's Eagle for Coolbang. He's going to get the point. Addie Coolbang once again in front of the net. Gets the kill and the point for Valley City. They're now in the lead 4-2. So back to serve it up. Valley City, now it's back over to their side. Thornton tries to bump one across, going for the kill, getting the kill. That's Scatali, the junior, for the Knights. 1 point lead once again. 4-3, Valley City on the Peru Lockout Financial scoreboard. Keep it simple and invest properly. Your dollars will go farther with Peru Lockout Financial. So here's Dylan Eagle, back to serve it. Going right to left. That one's bumped in the air by Avery Peterson. And then hit back into the netting by Peterson. Valley City. It's a 6-2 lead. 6-2 Highliners lead this one. The Eagle on the serve into the netting. 6-3 Highliners now lead. With the Knights getting the ball back, ready to serve. So back to serve for the Knights is their libero. That's number 7, Caitlin Gase, the junior. Serves it up. Abby Thornton. Dylan Eagle. Samantha Hatchell deflected but kept alive by the Knights. And then it's going to be tipped into the netting by Madeline Stengel. Highliners get the point. Restore the 4-point lead. 7-3. Highliners the 7-3 lead on the scoreboard right now in matchup number 2. Hatcher on the serve for the Highliners, number 6. Bumped in the air by Gates. Stengel sets it up, goes for the kill, gets the kill. That is Mackenzie Norland. 7-4 Highliner lead. So Valley City has signs where they just take over a matchup and then they let the other team just get back into it, and that's continuing here this evening. Carly Anderson will serve it. There's Addie Coolbang for Dylan Eagle. Jaden Nelson tries to drop one in, but it's kept alive by her counterpart, Carly Anderson. And then that one's just hit into the netting by the Knights player, Avery Peterson. Valley City back in the lead by 4. It's 8-4 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. As Jaden Nelson, Abby Thornton is back to serve at the libero for the Highliners tonight. She serves up, dug out by the opposing libero. Anderson sets it up. Sent back across to the Valley City side. Here's Teagle in front for Peterson. Deflected and kept alive by Anderson of the Knights. And going for the but hitting it too hard out of play. That was Avery Peterson. Point for the Highliners. 5-point lead as they now lead it 9-4 on the scoreboard. 5-point lead for Valley City. Back to serve it is Abby Thornton once again. That one's dug out there by Hodgson. And now going for the kill, but it's kept alive by Samantha Hatcher. Nice job to dive to keep that one alive. Nice job by Thornton to keep it alive after it's sent back over by Gase, and it's going to be a point for the Highliners. They're in double digits for the first time in this second set. 10-4 they lead it on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Abby Thornton bouncing the ball a couple of times. Backwards is Highliners if this was a basketball court. Now serves it up. Bumped in the air by Lily Hodgson. Anderson sent over and getting the kill. That's Ashley Garreau. Point for the Knights. 10-5, they cut the lead in half of Valley City. So back to serve it is number 2, a senior, Emma Jackson. Spins the ball, now she'll serve it up. Bumped in the air by Hatcher. In front, she'll set it up. Nelson goes for the kill, but it's kept alive by Anderson. And then that is Garreau sending it back over. Deagle sets it up in front. Peterson rejected in front by Garreau. Point for the Knights, 10-6, as they're starting to cut away at the Highliner lead. Jackson continues to serve it, spins the ball, now sent back over to the Valley City side. Deagle for Peterson, rejected once again by Garreau. But this time it's out of play. Point for the Highliners, back up by 5 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard as they now lead it 11-6. Jaden Nelson back to serve it up. Number 1 lefty server. Bumped in the air, that is Caitlin Gase. And then sent back over. Nice job by Nelson to dive to keep it alive. Sent back over by Stengel. And then Faith Peterson goes for the kill, but it's kept alive by Gase. Here's Anderson for Hodgson. Kept alive for the time being by the Highliners. Faith Peterson once again goes for the kill, but it's bumped into the air by Gase. And then it's sent back across by Hodgson. Nelson for Deagle over by her bench. Thornton just sends it back over to the Grand Forks side. Here's Anderson for Garreau, deflected once by Valley City. Abby Jordan keeps it alive. Here's Deagle, just tips it across. Kept alive by the Knights. Garreau, double touch, point for Valley City. They double their lead. It's 12-6 here in this second set. Highliners winning the first set, 25-14 here tonight, as Nelson will continue to serve it. Bumped in the air. Hodgson goes for the kill. Too strong on the play. 13-6. Highliners in the lead by 7. As that timeout by their coach DePeza, when it was 13-all in the first set, really has turned the tide here tonight, as they seem a lot more focused and ready to go. As now that one's going to be dropped in by Mackenzie Norland. Point for the Knights. 13-7 Highliner lead. You knew that was going to happen. I give a compliment to Valley City, and then the Knights get a point. So back to serve it. That's Mackenzie Norland, the senior number 11, right-handed server. Bumped in the air by Thornton of Valley City. Deagle. Peyton Peterson tries to drop one in. Carly Anderson keeps it alive. Here's Jackson for Hodgson. Bumped in the air by Nelson, and then Deagle. Faith Peterson for the kill. It's deflected in front by Garreau and kept alive by Jackson. Allen sets up for Hodgson, goes for the kill. Kept alive by Thornton. Now here's Deagle in front. Faith Peterson goes for the kill. She gets it as Emma Jackson went to bump it and just took her eye off the ball. 14-7 Highliner lead. Highliners back in the lead by 7 points. 14-7 as Faith Peterson ready to serve it. She does. Bumped in the air by Hodgson. Here's Carly Anderson. She sets it up. And nice job by Jasmine Thomas to almost do like a change-up. She looked like she's going to load up to really hit it, but she slightly taps it over the net. And it's a point for the Knights. 14-8. They trail the Highliners on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Back to serve it is Madeline Stengel, number 16, the lefty, on the serve. Dug out by Nelson. She's a lefty as well. Deagle tries to drop one in, but it's bumped back across. And then right there, nice job by Peyton Peterson to follow up Dylan Deagle and get the kill as the Highliners back up by 7. It's 15-8 on the scoreboard, brought to you by LaRue Lockout Financial. So Peterson, Peyton Peterson, number 4, ready to serve it. She does. And it's going to tip off the netting, and it's going to fall in. Point for Valley City. Peyton Peterson telling her teammates, yeah, I meant to do that. As they enjoy an 8-point lead, 16-8. As the Knights call a timeout, so we'll take a timeout. You're listening to Highliner Volleyball right here on KOVC.
Hello, Husqvarna. Sure you want our mighty...
Leading here in the second set, 16-8. Scoreboard brought to you by LaRue Lockout Financial. Valley City won the first set, 25-14. Anthony Grosso with you on the call for tonight's game right here, live on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC, as Peyton Peterson serves it up. Here is Stengel. Going for the kill is Hodgson. Nice job by Peyton Peterson to keep it alive. Dylan Deagle in front. Samantha Hatcher deflected, and that's going to be a point for the Knights. 16-9. They trail the Highliners. And the Knights coming into this one 1-13 on the year. Valley City 7-10. As back to serve is Lily Hodgson, number 14, right-handed serve. That's dug out by Nelson, and it's going to be a point for the Knights as it went over towards the top of the net. Jasmine Thomas was there to make sure it wouldn't go all the way over. She just taps it over, and it's a point for the Knights. Deagle sets it up. Hatcher tries to just drop one in. Thomas is there. Double touch on the Knights. As it's going to be a point for the Highliners. They're in the lead by 7 once again on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. 17-10. Deagle back to serve. Number 13, right-handed server. Dug out there by Caitlin Gase. And going for the kill and getting the kill. That is number 15, Emma Haskamp. Coolbang trying to block it. She got a piece of it, but not all of it. 17-11 Highliner lead. Caitlin Gase on the serve, dug out there by Thornton. Here's Deagle. Coolbang goes for the kill, deflected off the Knight, and it's going to be a point for Valley City. Coolbang in front once again. Coolbang just so difficult in that front row. Really changes the dynamic of this Highliner team. Here's Hatcher on the serve, dug out there by Gase. Here's Stengel. Hodgson sends it over. Thornton. Faith Peterson for the kill. She gets it. Highliners back in the lead by 8. They lead it 19-11 here in this second set. Samantha Hatcher will serve it for the Highliners here. Going right to left on your radio dial with a 19-11 lead on the LaRue Lockout Financial Scoreboard. Coolbang steps out, comes into the game is Brooke Egermont, the junior for the Highliners. Hatcher dug out there by Hodgson on the serve. As that one's going to drop in. Compliments of Mackenzie Norland, 19-12. 7-point ball game once again as the Knights not going away quietly here in matchup number 2. Again, Valley City returning here at the Highliner Activity Center tomorrow night for a back-to-back, 7 p.m. right here on KOVC. On the serve, that one's dug out by Nelson. And then going for the kill was Egermont, but it's kept alive. Sending it back over and out of play, too strong, was Haskamp. Points for Valley City. They reach the 20-point mark. It's 20-12 on the LaRue Lockout Financial Scoreboard. Egermont steps out. Jaden Nelson comes back in for Valley City as Abby Thornton back to serve at the libero for the Highliner, sends it across. That one's dug out there by Gase. And now going for the kill, not getting it. That was Norland, but kept alive. Here's Deagle. Nelson drops one in. Point, Valley City. 21-12, they lead it here in the second set. As now to serve it is Abby Thornton. That one's dug out there by Haskamp. And then Norland rejected in front and then sent back over by Peterson, but it's a nice job keeping it alive by Anderson. And then Norland sends it across. Deagle jumps high to keep that one going. Faith Peterson deflected and kept alive by Anderson. And now going for the kill was the Knights, but it's kept alive. Deagle sends it back across as Guru is there. And then Norland tries to drop one in. She will. As it's a point for the Knights. They now trail by 8 on the scoreboard. It's 21-13. So back to serve it is Emma Jackson, number 2. The senior for the Knights, going left to right on your radio dial. Number 2 serves it up, dug out there by Faith Peterson. Dylan Deagle, Peyton Peterson on the kill, rejected in front but kept alive. And then Faith Peterson tries to just drop one in, but Carly Anderson is there to keep it going. And then Anderson just drops one in, point for the Knights. Back trailing by 7 on the LaRue Lockout Financial Scoreboard, this time 21-14. Faith Peterson will step out. Jovi Borg comes in for the Highliners as Jackson will continue to serve for the Knights. Dug out by Thornton. Deagle. Peyton Peterson. Point, Valley City. 22-14, they lead it. As they will go back to serve. It'll be Jaden Nelson, the junior, number 1. Nelson bumps the ball a couple of runs, jumps the lefty serve. Dug out there by Gase. Tipped in the air by Anderson. Norland goes for the kill, kept alive by Hatcher. Deagle sets it up in front. Here's Jovi Borg, deflected backward by Jackson. Point for the Highliners. 2 points away from taking this second set as it's 23-14 here in set number 2 at the Highliner Activity Center. Nelson will continue to serve it. Bounced the ball a couple of times. The lefty serve. Dug out there by Gase. And then it's tipped in front by Peyton Peterson. Match point coming up for Valley City, as they're now in the lead on the LaRue Lockout Financial Scoreboard, 24-14. Won the first matchup 25-14. Nelson on the serve. Dug out by Gase. Pops it up in the air. Here's Jackson. Number 2 hits it towards the bench, but it's kept alive by Hodgson. Sent back over to the Valley City side. Deagle in front, sets it up. Peyton Peterson deflected. Point for Valley City. And that's the matchup. Number 2. They win the first 2 sets by the same score, 25-14. As they did the same thing last week. At Shanley won the first 2 sets by the same score. So after 2 here at the Highliner Activity Center, Valley City has a chance to sweep with matchup 3 coming up in just a bit. We'll step aside for a timeout. When we come back, third matchup here on the OVC.
Harvest season is here, and Valley Meat Supply has quality meats and snacks for those meals on the go.
Rehabilitation.
Eagle sets it up. Peyton Peterson goes for the kill. Dug out there by Stengel, but it goes out of play. Valley City takes the first points here in the third matchup, 1-0 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. As back to serve it is Peyton Peterson. She's serving it right to left. Dug out there by Lily Hodgson. And then Gase will send it back over. Nice job to dive to keep it alive by Byerly. Here's Hatcher on the kill, deflected off a Knight. But they're going to say it's a point for the Knights regardless, as we're all tied up here in matchup number 3, 1-1. Valley City won the first 2 sets here by the same identical score, 25-14. Back to serve it is Lily Hodgson. Dug up by Nelson. And then Deagle sent it back over, and that one's going to be hit out of play by Caitlin Gase. Valley City back in the lead on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. They're leading it 2-1. Deagle now back to serve it. Number 13 sends it across. That one's dug out, hit backwards. But a nice job to keep it alive by Gase and then sent back over by Stengel. That looked like it was going nowhere, but it's now on the Valley City side as that one gets bumped in the air and still in play, and it's going to be a point for the Highliners as that one hits the ceiling, but they let it play still as Gase, the libero, hit that one sky high. Point for Valley City. Deagle will continue to serve it up. Highliners leading it 3-1. That one's dug out there by Haskamp. Going for the kill. And a nice job by Deagle to dive to keep it alive. Stengel sets it up. Now over for Haskamp once again. Thornton. Quilvang. Hatcher tries to just drop one in. Kept alive by Haskamp. Stengel for Norland. Rejected in front by Quilvang once again. And then sending it back over for the kill. That's number 14, Lily Hodgson. So it's a 1-point game once again. 3-2 Highliner lead. So back to serve is Mackenzie Norland. Norland is a senior, who wears number 11. Serves it up left to right, dug out there by Hatcher. Quilvang goes for the kill. That one's going to be kept alive by Hodgson. And then Norland hits it too strong. Highliners double their lead on the LaRue Lockout Financial Scoreboard. They're now up by 4-2. Again, Highliners won the first two, 25-14. Looking to sweep it here tonight and forget about last Thursday. Hatcher on the serve. Dug out there by Norland. As that one's tipped back across. Deagle dives to keep it alive for Valley City. Faith Peterson for the kill. Too hard out of play. 1-point lead once again as the Knights get one. Back within one, 4-3. Back to serve it is number 1, Carly Anderson. Dug out there by Samantha Hatcher. Dylan Deagle sets it up. Quilvang for the kill. Deflected by Gase, out of play. Highliners restore their 2-point lead. They're now in the lead 5-3. So Abby Thornton will serve it for the Highliners. She's the libero tonight, wearing the red top for the Valley City team. Otherwise, the rest of the Highliners wearing the navy blue tops, powder blue and white trim. Libero serves it up to the libero of the Knights. Kept alive and then volley back over. That's Guru. Here's Deagle for Valley City. Faith Peterson for the kill. Handcuffs Gase. Anderson. Guru. Kept alive by Thornton of Valley City. Deagle sets it up in front. Nelson goes for the kill. Splits 2 defenders. Gets the kill. Point for the Highliners. They double their lead at 6-3 on the LaRue Lockout Financial Scoreboard. Highliners trying to win this one here tonight. Abby Thornton on the serve, tries to drop one in. Gase deflects it backwards. Point for Valley City once again. Back in the lead. It's a 4-point lead. 7-3, they lead it. Valley City won the first two, leading this one 7-3. Thornton on the serve, sends it across. Dug out there by Haskamp. And going for the kill, getting the kill is Hannah Bibby. That's the point for the Knights. Now trailing by 3, it's 7-4. Back to serve it up. That's number 15, Emma Haskamp, the sophomore for the Knights. Righty server, dug out by Thornton. Goes to nobody. A little miscommunication, it looked like, between Faith Peterson and Dylan Deagle. As that one drops in, it's going to be a point for the Knights. They're back within 2. It's 7-5 Valley City lead. Haskamp will serve it. Dug out by Hatcher. Deagle sets it up. Peyton Peterson for the kill. Bumped out of play by Gase. And the Highliners back up by 3, 8-5. So Jada Nelson will take her turn to serve it. Number 1. Lefty serve. Dug out there by Gase, the libero, for Anderson. And then Guru tried to drop one in, but it's kept alive by Valley City. Jada Nelson. Dylan Deagle. And then Peyton Peterson just says, you know what? I want the point for our team. She smacks one into the hardwood. 9-5. The businessman special. The Highliners lead it here on the LaRue Lockout Financial Scoreboard. Nelson will continue to serve it right to left. Tips off the top of the netting, kept alive. And then it's going to drop in as Faith Peterson projected that one from coming back to the Valley City side. Highliners double the lead, hit the double digits for the first time in this third matchup, 10-5. Nelson will continue to serve. Number 1 jumps, serves it up. Gase is there to dig it out. And going for the kill, getting the kill That's number 4, Michaela Molds, the junior. And she shows some excitement after getting the point for her team. Back to serve. Caitlin Gase, the libero, with a 10-6 deficit. Thornton bumps it back across. Deagle tried to reject it from coming back over after Lily Hodgson just tipped it. Deagle comes up missing as it's another point for the Knights. They trail 10-7 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. That one's dug out by Hatcher. Here's Deagle, sets it up. Peyton Peterson deflected off a Knight, out of play. Point for the Highliners, back up by 4. So coming into this matchup, you would think a 1-3 team would really just want to come out and play. The Highliners have not really taken advantage. Let this team hang around to start all 3 matchups. Faith Peterson on the serve, dug out by the Knights, but it's tipped back across by Jada Nelson. Point for Valley City, 12-7 they lead. Faith Peterson on the serve. That one's deflected backwards once again by Anderson, and then it's punched back across by Gase to the Valley City side. As Peterson tries to put one through the hardwood, kept alive by Anderson. Now here's Deagle for Thornton. As Hatcher goes for the kill, deflected once, deflected twice. Point for Valley City. They're back in the lead by 6 here in this third set, as it's 13-7 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Faith Peterson, number 8, continues to serve. Bumped in the air by Hatcher. Anderson checked it in front. No, they're going to say it's a point for the Knights, as Hodgson jumped up and put that one in the face of Deagle. Point for the Knights, 13-8. Stengel steps back into the game, as so does Jessica Talley. 2 starters earlier tonight. Stengel on the serve, dug out. Hatcher goes for the kill. She'll get it. Valley City back in the lead by 6. They lead at 14-8 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard tonight. Here at the Highliner Activity Center, Valley City won match 1, 25-14. Won the second set, 25-14, leading this one 14-8. Peyton Peterson on the serve, tries to drop it in, dug out there by Gase for Stengel. As now going for the kill was Hodgson, but it's kept alive. And then Hatcher goes for the kill, but it handcuffs. That's going to handcuff Haskamp back over to Valley City, and dropping that one in is Quilvang. Point for the Highliners, back up by 7 as it's 15-8. As we have a timeout, so we'll take a timeout. You're listening to Highliner Volleyball right here on KOVC. Activity Center, where the Highliners won the first 2 matches 25-14, the same score, leading this one, the third one, 15-8. There was a timeout on the court brought to you by Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. Both teams have broken the huddle, and we are ready to go. As Peyton Peterson to serve it up, right to left, she does. And that one's going to handcuff. That's Lily Hodgson out of play. Valley City taking the 9-point lead on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard, as it's now 17-8, excuse me. Or excuse me, it's 16-8. That one's dug out and sent back across. Tried to keep that one alive was Faith Peterson. She cannot. It's now 16-9 as the Knights get the point. So back to serve it up is Lily Hodgson, number 14 for Grand Forks Central, who came into this one 1-13 on the season. She serves it. Faith Peterson, Dylan Deagle in front. Addie Quilvang goes for the kill. That one's going to handcuff Hodgson, but it's kept alive by Stengel. And now Gase just bumps it across. Thornton for Deagle, setting it up. Hatcher for the kill. That one goes off of Gase, and it's going to deflect off the referee's podium. Stairs, whatever you want to call it. Point for the Highliners. Now they hit 17 on the scoreboard. The LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard, 17-9, they lead it. And Jada Nelson will step out. Tessa Olsen will come into this one. Olsen, number 10, is sophomore, as Dylan Deagle will serve it up. Hard serve kept alive by Stengel. And then bumped back over by Haskamp. Here's Abby Thornton. Dylan Deagle in front, sets it up. Olsen deflects it off of Stengel. Point for Valley City, up by 9 as it's 18-9. 18-9 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. The Highliners lead it. Deagle on the serve. That one's going to go off of Gase and hit in the air for Stengel. Haskamp tries to go for the kill. Bumped there by Faith Peterson. And then Deagle drops one in. Point for the Highliners, up by 10. They now lead it 19-9 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Highliners trying to make quick work of this Knights team. Won the first two by the same score of 25-14. Here's Deagle on the serve. Dug out there by Gase. Stengel in front, just tips it over. Faith Peterson for Dylan Deagle. Abby Thornton goes for the kill. That one's kept alive by Stengel. And then there's Tally. And then that one's bumped back over to the Valley City side. Deagle. Hatcher for the kill. Bumped and kept alive by the libero Gase, but she double touched. Point for the Highliners. 20-19. They lead it on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. As the student section starting to chant, this is over, but it's never over till it's over. Deagle on the serve. Haskamp sends it back across. Thornton for Deagle in front. Coolbang for the kill. Deflected and kept alive by Stengel. And then right there was Hatcher. Thought she got the kill, but the referees say no. It's going to be a point for the Knights. Cut the lead in half. It's now 20-10 Highliner lead on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Back to serve it is Mackenzie Norland. Dug out by Abby Thornton. Dylan Deagle. Addie Coolbang rejected in front. Rides along the top of the net. Who kept alive by the Knights. Abby Thornton. Dylan Deagle. Olsen for the kill. Deflected and kept alive by the Knights. And then sent back over to the Valley City side. But the Highliners will get the point. They go back up by, and as it's 21-10. Hatcher on the serve. Dug out there by Haskamp. Stengel for Tally, and it's deflected into the netting by Hatcher. Point for the Knights. Back within 10. It's 21-11 here in this third set. Again, tomorrow, KOBC right here in Valley City turns 85 years old. Come on into the radio station. Open house, cookies, drinks, and a great day of programming. 85 years of age. Carly Anderson on the serve. Dylan Deagle. Faith Peterson just drops one in for Valley City. Now by number 8 of the Highliners to find the open space. Highliners in the lead by 11 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard, leading it 22-11. As going back to serve it is Abby Thornton, the junior, number 21. Bounce the ball. Now she'll run a high jump on the serve. There's Haskamp. Anderson. Garreau. Over to the Valley City side. Deagle in front. Peyton Peterson goes for the kill, but that one's kept alive by Hodgson. And then that one's sent back over by Garreau. Here's Olsen. Peterson on the kill, kept alive by Gase. Anderson once again. Garreau deflected by Valley City. Nice job to keep it alive by Hatcher. Here's Deagle. As Faith Peterson just swats it into the netting. It's going to be a point for the Knights. Back within 10. 22-12 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. As Peyton Peterson will be subbed out. Coming into this one is Brooke Egermont. Egermont, number 14, a junior. Getting some instructions from Dylan Deagle. As back to serve this one is Emma Haskamp. Deagle in front, sets it up. Egermont goes for the kill, deflected. She gets the point. So just into the game is Egermont getting the point. Highliners and the lead 23-12 here in this third set as Olsen will step out. Jaden Nelson will come back in. And the lefty, number 1, will go right to the back row. It's her turn to serve. As the student section starting to get loud here, they can sense this victory. Gase bumps it back over to Valley City, and then nice job by Egermont. Back-to-back points for number 14. Highliners match point coming up. They lead it on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard by a score of 24-12. Nelson back to serve it with match point right here for Valley City. Number 1 runs, jumps. Oh, here's Gase on the serve. Anderson. And that one's over by Hodgson. Kept alive by Thornton. Deagle sets it up. Thornton for the kill. Kept alive by Gase. Anderson setting that one up. And that one's going to be a point by Michaela Molds. 24-13. Point for the Knights. Knights will serve it. Still match set here for Valley City. No need to panic as they're in the lead 24-13. Nelson on the bump. Hatcher just sends it over. Anderson. And that's going to be a point for the Knights as Ashley Garou sends it over. Faith Peterson trying to clap her team on, settling them down. Caitlin Gase will serve it. Nelson. Deagle. Faith Peterson tips off the top of the net but kept alive by Hodgson. And then sent back over and into the netting. Mackenzie Norland sends it into the netting, and how about that? Valley City sweeps it here tonight by the same score in all three sets by the scores 25-14. We'll step aside for a commercial break. When we come back, it's the postgame show right here live on KOVC.
Increase.